So we have short links to a Google search on All Elements to uh, any stories on Ben Carson, positive or negative, short link to our Facebook page. Uh, then we also have some general boilerplate text down here for various situations. And if you get asked, I need the leader for Iowa, uh, you could scroll down to Iowa here and find our leaders for Iowa or any other state. These leaders are sorted into state order, so all you need to do is come down this state column and find the state that you're interested in, and then you can refer them to the particular leader for that state. So that's our cheat sheet that we have online for people who are doing follow-ups. Now, we have gotten a few emails from people who telling us that our donation page is busted. Um, uh, that turns out to be incorrect. Our donation page is not busted. Our donation page is secure and it does work just fine. We've raised $1 million from this donate from our donate page, and as a result of that, we know the donate page is working. We do test it on a regular basis, by the way, but the donate page is working. So if you get a report in the email that the donate page is busted, it's really not a problem with the donate page. It's actually a problem with the person trying to make a donation. And we shouldn't make them wrong, or we shouldn't tell them that we're wrong. All you need to do is just say something nice to them. Yeah, we'll report this problem to our technical people, and give them the mailing address, which is also here on the cheat sheet. Give them the mailing address so they can mail in a donation, and just say something nice to them. Make some nice noises about, yeah, we're going to look into it, and we'll tell the technical people. But don't bother telling the technical people because they're on top of it. We're keeping the donate page in good shape. But sometimes people just have a problem with the donate page. It's not their fault, and it's certainly not our fault. But we do, because of the mailing list that we're selecting and so forth, we do appeal to an older audience, and a lot of these people aren't used to doing donations online. So don't make it their fault, but just be polite to them. But just want to let you know and give you reassurances that our donate page does work just fine. Now, every now and then we'll get a question about, are you affiliated with the with Dr. Ben? Is this an official Dr. Ben website? And of course, the answer to that is no. And there's legal reasons why we're not legally affiliated with Dr. Ben. We are a draft campaign. If we were legally affiliated with Dr. Ben, if we were the acknowledged, recognized draft Dr. Ben website, then we're no longer a draft campaign. We're a political election campaign or a nomination campaign, and that creates legal problems. So we do need to tell the truth. We're not affiliated with Dr. Ben. One thing that I found to say that's very successful in getting people to understand is we do have First Amendment here in the United States. We have free speech. We get to say what we want to say. And that doesn't mean to deceive, but it means that if there's 25,000 donors out there who decide they want to pool their funds and speak with a loud voice to try to convince Dr. Ben to be drafted into the U.S. presidential race, the First Amendment says that we can do that. We can choose what to do with our money. I've given to the campaign, and there's 25,000 other people, actually probably by now 26,000 other people who have given to the campaign. Let's check the number. We've got that right on our follow-up page, on our dashboard page. Yes, we are over 26,000 donors now. You see right here on our page, we've raised $1.13 million, and we have just a little over 26,000 donors. So if 26,000 people want to combine their voices and buy advertising and do direct mail and spread the word about the idea to draft Dr. Ben, under the First Amendment, we have the right to do that. But we have to do it legally. We have to call ourselves a draft movement. We're not affiliated with Dr. Ben. If we were, then we would be a campaign. We would be an election campaign or a nomination campaign to try to get Dr. Ben elected at the National Republican Convention, which will be held in 2016. We would be a nomination convention. We're not a nomination convention. We're not an election convention. We're 26,000 people who have decided to pool our money, and over 3,000 volunteers who have decided to work together to try to raise enough of a clamor to to get Dr. Ben to consider throwing his hat in the ring to become U.S. president. So that's the truth about what we do, and we've always been truthful about where we are on that. We've always been truthful about what we're doing. There are some people who out there who don't understand that a draft movement cannot be affiliated with the object of their affection. And those people, well, God bless them. You know, they're entitled to think what they want to think. If they feel that what we're doing is dishonest, once we explain it to them, they're allowed to reach the conclusions that they want to reach regarding that. But we found that if we explain that to most people just go okay, and they end up making a donation. So that's a good thing. That's a very great thing. Now, one of the other things happened is, as most of you probably know, uh, uh, there's a contest right now asking people to make a $7 donation, and if they do, then they are entered in a contest to have a good chance to dine with Dr. Ben at a fundraising event at the Thunderbird Academy in Phoenix, Arizona. Some people have written in saying they'd like to simply attend the dinner. They want to they want to fly out to the dinner on their own dime and simply purchase tickets. So uh, if you get a question like that, you can simply give them this web address. I think it's in the cheat sheet now. And if you go to this web address, thunderbirdacademy.org, and scroll down their opening page, you'll see right here that here is their announcement for an evening with Dr. Ben Carson, and there is a link to buy tickets right there. Tickets are $300, and for the people that want to buy their own tickets to go do that, that's just fine. We're glad to point them in the right direction. Of course, the Thunderbird Academy has no affiliation with the Draft Dr. Ben campaign. Let me stop for just a second and see if there's any questions. Carrie Barton, one of our big achievers. Carrie, did you have a question?
Yes. There was a man on there that we had to answer to, and nobody was, I think everybody was staying away from him. And so I finally had to answer him today, and it took me a half an hour to come up with what you just said about he was upset that he gave us $100 and that we're a scam, and it took me half an hour to come up with something really nice to say to him and explain. So can you have that on the cheat sheet so we don't have to do that? Took up a lot of time.
We can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, we can put that on the cheat sheet. I think Larry and David, our technical and follow-up team people, are getting ready to put that verbiage. And it was a fairly short paragraph that I developed that conveys the idea pretty clearly, pretty quickly. And yes, we will get that on the cheat sheet. Did in that conversation, in that dialogue, did anybody make a promise to simply return his money? Did he ask for his money back?
No, he was just upset that he wasted the $100.
Uh huh.
And I just explained to him that I assured him that it wasn't being wasted and told him what our group was about and that I'm sorry if you misunderstood or if we, some words there was a bad connection with our communication. So I explained everything that you did, not, you know, as perfectly as you did, but I think I got it through to him. And I told him that I did donate and that I can assure him that this money is going towards um, Mr. Carson's to get him to be able to, well, let me start over, to get people aware of what he is doing about him, that we're getting in
I,
contact with a lot of people.
I think the important part to make, the important point to make in this is that if you donate to the Draft Dr. Ben campaign, you're pooling your resources with the resources of 26,000 other people to speak with a larger voice simply to convince Dr. Ben to run.
Yeah.
That's the real crux of it right there. And by the way, Carrie, I didn't see your email, but I want to point out that everybody can communicate with somebody. My response wasn't any more perfect than yours. Um, yeah, I am widely recognized as a fairly effective communicator, but that's not the point. The point is you gave him a heartfelt answer in your own words, and that is so valuable to our campaign. Uh, so I'm not going to accept the fact that my response may have been more perfect than yours, because I think everybody can make a good response. Did I manage to clarify what you were asking about?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Let's see here. I've kind of lost my place. Let me double check where I am. Okay, so we just talked about the Phoenix dinner, and then follow up. Whenever we're doing a volunteer type follow up, some follow up type of volunteer recruitment. Let me go see if we've got any new follow ups that have come in during the conference. Nope. Okay, we'll have to go back to this candidate's. Okay, we'll have to go back to this candidate's follow up and see if we have any on volunteer recruitment. No, we don't. They're all inboxes, which is really basically incoming email. Um, when we're following up on volunteer follow up, I'd like, if possible, for you all to give the link to the Volunteer Training Conference Center, which is the page you came to join this conference call. Um, Actually, anytime you refer to a resource that's on our website, I'd like you to try to include a link. In other words, if we're mentioning the donation page, please include a link. If we're mentioning the volunteer page, please include a link to the volunteer page. Same thing with the petition page and so forth. Um, it's really important if we're going to have an effective social media campaign that whenever we mention a resource that's available to them on the web, that we also go ahead and include a link to that resource. That just makes it so much easier for people to simply click once and be there, um, and as it is to simply mention the resource and then make them go to the website. They may not even remember what Dr. Ben's website is. They may not realize that we're at runbenrun.org, and they may not be aware that that's how to get to the website. So furnishing a link in our communications with these people is real important. Now, in the training and conference center, which you can furnish a link to, uh, we have a couple of links to our conference schedule, which is how you guys found out to be here today. I'll follow that link here and show you. And here's today's conference, and here's the one for tomorrow. Okay, that's our training calendar. So it has links to that so people can find out when our training is. It has links to uh, uh, various tutorials that we've set up, uh, a link to our volunteer page, using Google Alerts, the social media toolbar, which exists on a lot of sites, and then Team Leader Gmail, which we're going to review later on in this call, and then our training video archive, which today's training will be added to this archive. These are previous trainings that we've had. Um, in order to identify good online leaders and workers, we do want to refer them to this page, and especially to the training video archive, in order to identify people who are like many people on this call, people who work well online, because we're still trying to build our online team. And so far, we have a little bit more building we need to do there. Okay, let me just stop and ask again if there are any questions. I see Johnny Warren. Johnny, do you have a question?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I apologize for being a little late. It took me a while to get everything loaded up. A couple of questions or comments or whatever. Several times when I've been able to listen in, I've heard cheat sheets mentioned. Where would I be able to get a copy of something like that, and how would I
Well,
find
it's
that?
we're all working on the same website at runbenrun.org, and it's right there on that website. Let me show you here on the screen. I'm going to go to the opening page. I'm going to go to the home page of runbenrun.org, and once you're logged in, it's available on every page. It's over here in what we call the supporter nav, which this navigation menu only appears when you're logged in. Let me sign out, and you'll see that menu is now gone. Okay. Now
Okay.
I log in with Facebook, which means I can log in with one click. So I just click here on Facebook. I just click once, and you'll see there that instantly it pulls my picture off of Facebook. It knows my name, and I have this right-hand menu right here. Okay. So if you haven't set up your login yet, what you want to do is you want to come to. I'm logged out now. Just come in here, and you could either click on this email link, and this page allows you to create an account, or just to simply log in once you have an account. Okay. Um,
Okay.
Also, on the opening on every page of the website, at the very bottom of the right-hand menu is a link to recover your password. Right there at the very bottom. Okay. So if it knows your email address, you can just go ahead and click on that recover my password link, put in your email address there, and hit the button, and it will send you a password reset link in your email. So it means you'll have to go check your email and click that link that's in the email, look in your spam folder and everything, to make sure that you receive that email. But once you have the capability to log in, and you'll only be able to follow this link if you've been admitted to the control panel. In other words, if you're already in as a worker, and you'll need to check with a team leader to gain admission to the control panel, and you'll find the team leaders on the volunteer page. I'm going to go down here and click volunteer, and currently we got 3 team leaders, but only 2 of them are on here. The follow-up team is Larry Obermessick, and the national tech support team, video conferencing support and so forth, is David Brown. So you simply email one of those guys and say, I want to join your team, and after they finish whatever interview process they want to do with you, they will admit you to the control panel. And then you'll be able to follow this link to the cheat sheet, and the cheat sheet's always there. And we prefer doing it this way because if we make changes to the cheat sheet, we don't want a document sitting on your desktop that's simply going to be static, and you can't see the changes to the cheat sheet. So we make you go to a web page to get the cheat sheet, and in that way you're always getting the most recent, current version of the cheat sheet. Am I making sense to you?
Yes, that makes perfectly good sense. First of all, I need to get a part of.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you there. It looks like he had was it looks like he may have lost his connection. We got him interrupted right in the middle of that statement. When you come back, just speak up and we'll put you back on. Um, let's see here now. Uh, Let me refer back to my. Were there any? Yeah, it is question time. Were there any other questions? Any other questions at this time? Anybody just Let me unmute the audience.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me. This is Bob Hancock in Tampa, Florida. I'm working with Brian Lane,
Yes,
Okay,
Bob, I
Bob.
can hear.
and I've got you on the phone, but I'm having difficulty getting everything on the computer.
Okay, Bob, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, I'm working with Brian Lane here in Brandon, Florida, and I'm having I have you on the phone, but I don't have you on my computer. I was listening to the instructions you gave the other gentleman. I believe I have to. I've signed up once before, but I think I have to sign up to get into the training session to get in onto the screen. So I'll work with Brian to. But in the meantime, I'm on the phone link. I'm just listening to what
Okay,
everybody has.
are you in front? Are you in front of a computer?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well then just go to runbinrun.org.
Yeah, I'm there, and
Slash.
I'm in. Yeah, sign in with a Facebook or Twitter, and says I have an account. Create an account. I think I have to create an account, so I'll just follow the instructions.
Okay, well if you don't have a Twitter or Facebook account yet, you won't be able to log in. Just go to runbinrun.org/training. Up in your top address bar, type in runbinrun.org/training.
Okay.
Are you getting a page when you type that in?
I'm trying to get to that. Get back to the page where I can type it in. And once I do that, just give me the instructions. I'll follow from that once I get my page here.
Okay, once you go to runbinrun.org/training, you'll see a join button. Click join. Okay? And then follow the prompts from there. You'll have to download some software and so forth. All right? That's all the time we have to spend to people who have connection problems. Hang on just a minute. I'm going to try to identify who's throwing all the noise on the call here. Hang on. Okay, that's much better. Let's see here now. Anybody else who had a question? Anybody who has a question? Okay, go ahead. Speak up.
No, Johnny. His mic's off. That guy that came back, he was he disappeared. No, he's there.
Get back on.
Okay, Johnny, I'm sorry.
Hey,
You're back. I didn't hear your last question, Johnny. Go ahead.
this was just technological interference or whatever. My final question was, or was going to be, is Dr. Carson aware of all of this?
Yes, he is aware of it. He has said that if we produce enough of a clamor, he'll have to consider running for president.
Super. Okay, very good.
So, he hasn't made a commitment to run yet. If he had, then we would either become his election/nomination campaign, or he would stand up a separate crew to become the election/nomination campaign. Okay? Chances are, if it does evolve into a campaign, chances are he's going to take advantage of, you and me and everybody else who's already volunteered. He may elect not to. He may decide he wants to take a standing start with a totally new staff. He'll fire all of us, tell all of us to go away. I doubt if he'll do that. That's usually not the process that results from stuff like that. Remember, there was a draft Hillary movement too. And a lot of those people ended up becoming a part of her campaign in 2012 when she was trying for the nominations. Okay, let's go into a little bit about what team leaders need to be doing. We do have a need for quite a few team leaders still, and sometimes we hear some conversation from some potential team leaders about, hey, can we trust these people in the control panel where we have all of our data and everybody's email addresses and stuff like that? And yes, the information that's in our control panel is sensitive information. Hang on, I'm getting a echo on the call here that's real distracting. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have to mute everybody to keep that echo off the call. Activists can be trusted. That's my point. Activists can be trusted. By the time we're considering letting them into the control panel, they've already gone through a filtering process. They've probably been on one or two of these calls. In a sense, they've already proved their loyalty. I've done over 100 campaigns, and admitting team members, approving team members for access to the control panel is not a major concern. We've never seen an infiltrator from the other side join our team and then use that information that they get from access to the control panel to damage the campaign. We've just never seen it. Now, if you step up to become a team leader, one of the very important things that you're gonna need to know is you're gonna need to know a little bit about Gmail and using forwarding filters to communicate with your team. Now, what am I talking about here? Well, if you have a team of people that you're working with closely, you're going to need to be in communication with those people, and email is really the best way to stay in contact with your team. That suggests that members of your team are going to be good about picking up their email a couple of times a day, but you stay in touch with them with email because if you have a good email address for your team members, then you know you've gotten your message to them on the first try. You simply send them an email, and that they may not pick it up in the time frame that you would like them to, but they are going to get your message. It's much better than trying to set up conference calls or there are good reasons to have conference calls. We're on one now, but when you're using email, you'll get a hold of the people that you want to reach on the first try. Now, a lot of times when you're dealing with a team, you've got, it might be 3, 5, 10 people. You need to send an email to everybody, and now you're afraid that you're going to leave somebody who's on your team off. Well, using a special Gmail account and using filters to include everybody on your list means that you only need to know one email address, and now you're in communication with everybody on your team. And you don't need to build a list of email addresses or anything like that. Well, in effect, what you're doing is you're building your list in the filters capability that's built in to Gmail. So I'm going to take you in. We're going to go back to the Training and Conference Center page. And I always close this panel because I don't need those instructions. And so I made that panel closable so that you guys could skip those instructions too. And we do have a special tutorial here on setting up Gmail for team leaders. Now, what this means is that when you want to email your entire team, you simply send email to this one Gmail address, and everybody on your team is going to be copied. It also means, and this is a nice plus, if you send out something to your team with an idea or instructions or something like that, and somebody on your team has a remark about that, all they have to do is click reply to that email, and everybody on your team is going to see their reply. It's going to be emailed to everybody on your team. So what happens is we set up filters within Gmail, and if I have 3 people on my team, then I simply set up 3 filters in Gmail, telling Gmail to take anything that's coming into this inbox and this Gmail address, take any traffic that's coming into this inbox and send it to each person on the team in turn. That's as simple as it is. And if you watch this video, come to the Training and Conference Center page. I'm not going to go into the details of how to do this because this is online. The video is good. Simply come here and click on Team Leader Gmail, and then read the resulting page and watch the video. But this is a good way to stay in contact with your team. Our current team leaders, Larry and David Brown, uh, thought this was a good suggestion, so we went ahead and did it for them. They're very easily in contact by email with their teams. I'm on their team list, so I see their traffic as well, and so then I'm aware of what measures they're taking and how their training is going and everything like that. Um, if you need help with this, if you become a team leader and you need help with this, you do have the video here. You can watch the video. If you're still confused, we have help for you. It's not anything to worry about. Because one of the first team leaders we stood up was David Brown. And he's there to help you with stuff like this. So if you become a team leader and you're having trouble understanding how to set up Gmail filters, then get in touch with David Brown, and David Brown will help you with that. Okay. Prospecting for new team members. When we're in the control panel, we can click on people, and we can see a list of everybody who's part of our nation. In other words, the draft bin campaign. And when we click on this, we'll see that we've got almost 300,000 people involved in the campaign. And we have all kinds of ways that we can search and sort these people so that we can contact the people that we actually want to contact. Okay. For instance, I know Iowa is getting ready to have caucuses next month. And so if we wanted to do an advanced search and we wanted to find everybody in Iowa, we could simply come in here and search on IA as the state. And I apologize, my mouse is giving me a little bit of a problem here. Click on search. And we find that out of our 300,000 people, almost a third of those seem to be in Iowa. 94,000 people were found. Okay, not as many of those as I would like to see are volunteers, but we're going to start working on that volunteer base. So if I just became a team leader and I'm trying to find volunteers, one of the best ways to start prospecting for team members to join my team is to use what we call filters. And all a filter is an advanced search that has been stored. So if I wanted to store this search that I did looking for people in Iowa, type in IA for state there, I could scroll down here and click Save Search as a filter. And give the filter a name. I'm going to call that All Iowa. And now if I simply click on that filter, actually I'm going to do this. I'm going to click on people, and I'm going to select All Iowa from this drop-down list. Now that I've made it a filter, it'll appear on my filter list. I can simply select that from the drop-down box. And there we go. We found all the people in Iowa. Now, if you're a team leader searching for people who have volunteered for a certain type of job, then we need to refine our search just a little bit. I'm going to ask you all to stand by for a moment. My mouse really is failing badly here. I think it's probably because of batteries. I'm going to unmute the entire call. If you want to talk among yourselves while I walk into the next room and get some new batteries, go ahead. I've just unmuted the entire call. Go ahead and have a conversation for just a couple of minutes while I get some new batteries for this mouse. I'll be right back.
there anybody on from Florida?
Texas here.
Louisiana.
Colorado.
I've got my screen working now, so I'm on the video also. So
Yay. Hey, Nancy from Arizona. Hi, Johnny from Texas.
Sounds like Carrie.
Yep, that's me. California.
Okay, folks, I apologize for that. I am back, and the new batteries appear to have solved my problem. Let me just go ahead and pause and ask if there's any questions at this time. Loretta, I see you're on the call. Loretta, are you hooked up with voice? Can you talk to me for a minute?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. Loretta, one of the questions I meant to call and ask you about today, and this is real relevant to what we're talking about right now, is did you feel confident with setting up the Gmail account and setting up your filters yourself, or do you think you're going to need help from David Brown on that?
I don't know yet. I haven't tried.
Okay, well, watch the video
Okay.
and watch the video that I was pointing out there. And if the light doesn't go on in your head and you feel like you can just jump in and do it, it is fairly easy. The only thing that you need to look out for is when you're setting up a filter, of course, you have to set it up so that, for instance, you're sending a copy of the email to me, ron@prosync.net. So when you add my email address in as a forwarding address, Gmail is going to send me an email saying, "Hey, is it okay for us to send you this email?" Because Google, being a responsible company, doesn't want you setting up to send me an automatic email. You could be a spammer, and I don't want your email. Okay, so it's
So
going to
you have
send
to
me.
click it and send it back, huh?
Right. That's exactly. Well, I'm not actually sending it back, but I am clicking a link authorizing Google to send me that email,
Okay.
Gmail to send me that email. Okay.
Will I know when that's done?
Yes, you will.
Okay.
And uh, because suddenly I will disappear from the list of people who have not approved to receive the email. Okay. But in a lot of cases, I've worked enough campaigns to be able to tell you that your best practice would probably be to call the person, leave them a voicemail telling them to expect and act on the email from Gmail that they're going to get, or send them a separate email from your own desktop telling them you're going to be getting this permission email from Gmail. Be sure and click the link in it. If you don't do that, you'll find that a lot of your people don't approve that email and they're not receiving your traffic. I'm going to take just a little moment out and review the chat. Okay, there's nothing in chat that I need to answer. Glad to see everybody saying hello to each other. Now we pretty much covered everything that I wanted to cover today in our training, and we still got about 10 minutes left. I'm going to pull up another document where we've, hang on here, I need to, let me just, the reason I was talking with Loretta just a moment ago was because Loretta kindly stepped up to be our new team leader for social media, and that's a big job. And Loretta is quite a few people on the core team. Of course, Loretta is part of the core team now, but quite a few people on the core team have noticed that Loretta is very active on Facebook, and we wanted to try to get her involved. Fortunately, we do have a lot of people that are advanced in other areas like Twitter and Instagram and even other Facebook leaders. And so she's going to get a lot of good mentoring. But we do also need a few other team leaders. And I'll be truthful, we are inclining toward leaders who do well online. Obviously, for the core team that we're setting up right now, since we're using an online resource, Nation Builder, to manage our volunteer efforts, we have to incline toward team leaders who have the capability to do well online. They can work in the control panel and be helpful in organizing our efforts that way. So that said, I want to stop and ask if there is anybody on the call who would like to become a team leader. Currently, we are going to have sub teams under probably. Well, let me ask Loretta. Do you think under your social media team that you'll probably eventually be wanting to have like a sub team for Twitter, maybe a sub team for Instagram, something like that? Were you thinking about that kind of organization?
I haven't thought that far, but it sounds good.
Okay, okay. I'm wondering if there's any candidates for a team leader out there that would feel comfortable, who are already part of the Twitter world, and who feel led that they may want to step up and lead the Twitter sub team for working with Loretta to help promote the draft bin idea on Twitter. Is there anybody on the call who feels led to do that? Who would step up to be the Twitter team leader? Oh, maybe I should unmute everybody, because somebody was probably trying to speak up and I had everybody muted. Is there anybody who'd like to step up to lead the Twitter team or Twitter sub team? Howling silence. Is there anybody who wants to step up? One important question to ask. Is there anybody on the call who has prior experience with Nation Builder? Go ahead and speak up. Anybody on the call who's worked with Nation Builder on a previous campaign, or to operate a PAC or a nonprofit using Nation Builder? Okay. Well, again, I realize this is a small call, not that many people on it. There were only about 16 people, I think, RSVP for the call. And that's just about how many people we have. Anybody who's wants to be considered as a team leader candidate for another team, if you have if you feel led to step up for another team, I happen to know that I think we need an editorial team leader. In other words, somebody who's experienced with blogging and writing and proofreading to lead the editorial parts of our effort. Is there anybody who'd like to step up for that?
I am a retired school teacher and be happy to help if I could.
Okay, and who's that speaking?
Johnny Warren.
Okay, Johnny Warren. Okay, hang on. Let me just make a note of that, Johnny. Hang on here. Johnny, do you have the time to be a team leader? Or do you work a full-time job, or are you a business owner, or what's your current work situation?
I have retired from 4 different professions, and right now I'm basically home free.
So I'm hearing, pardon me, pardon me. So I'm hearing you say that you do have the time for the job. Is that right?
I would think so, yes.
Have you blogged in the past? Do you have a blog yourself, or?
I do not have a blog myself. I have written opinions on different blog sites and things like that, but never have hosted or anything like that myself.
So are you familiar with WordPress and so forth?
Fairly much so. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let me take you in and show you something about our web interface. Let's see here. Let's go to the website portion, and I'll just go to the home page here. And I'll go to content, and you'll see here that the editor that we use probably looks familiar to you. It's the same editor that's used in WordPress and all the other major content management tools. It's a editor that's called the Tiny MCE editor, and let me get back in touch with you offline outside this conference call, Johnny, and we'll see how we can carry this forward. Okay?
That would sound better to me.
I'm putting you on. I'm putting your name in bold over here in my side document here, so we know to get back in touch with you. Let me go ahead and pause and ask anybody on the call if there's any more questions. Any more questions? Anybody?
Me.
Go ahead. Carrie, yes, go ahead.
I thought you already had a team leader for texting. Twittering. Sorry.
Let's see here. Yeah, I do have your name there. I do have your name down here. Did you hang on here? What happened on that? Okay, we have you down here.
You guys told me that you found somebody.
Well, on Twitter team, I had you and Seth, and then you know what? I made an assumption there, Carrie. You've been so good at answering in follow-ups. I think I reached the conclusion that you preferred to be on the follow-up team and did not want to be on the Twitter team.
No, well, that's okay. I just want to make sure that you know that.
Was I wrong in that assumption?
No, you know what? I'm here, and I just wanted to make sure you didn't think I was just dodging it, because I did ask about it before.
Okay. Let me get with you separately off this call, and we'll start getting you trained up. Get you introduced to Loretta. Loretta, would you go ahead? Would you go ahead and give Carrie your email address, please?
Well, it's just my regular email. I haven't set up the Gmail. Just Loretta, just like it's spelled, LorettaPerry@hotmail.com.
Okay, well, actually, both of you already have access to the control panel, so you can just look each other up.
Oh, I do? I didn't know that. Okay.
Okay, well, I think you do, yeah, because the other night when we hired you, Loretta, we actually changed your permissions right there as part of the training.
Oh, great!
How to. So if you log into the site, I think you're gonna see that over here. And once you're logged in, Loretta, I think you're going to see you have this link right here to the Nation Builder control panel.
Oh, super. I thought I had to be interviewed by 2 people or something.
No. You're in.
All right. Thank you.
Well, I'm trying to get some of the team leaders to lower the standards, not lower the standards, but I think some of them are wanting to do too many interviews and gosh, I really want to thank some of the existing team leaders for really guarding carefully, access to the control panel. But the problem is we're not admitting people fast enough to attend to the work. And so I'm trying to get some of the team leaders to consider, hey, let people audition for the job. Let them in, see if they're productive, and then, if they're not, continue adding team members until you have a productive team. So remember that we do have these reports here, on our site that tell us who's productive. And this is what managers are looking at, is charts like this, which there we go. Who's number 1 on this chart, Carrie?
Oh, great!
Yay!
You were doing so many follow-ups. I thought that was your preferred job, and that's what you wanted.
No, I love it. I love it.
But,
right when we were on the conference call, I was doing the follow-ups. That's why you didn't have any.
Right, right. Yeah, you guys have been doing a great job. Because let's take a look. Let's see how many follow-ups we've got now. Okay, we've got 3 follow-ups, and that's, I've seen 3 times today. I've seen follow-ups go to 0 3 times today, and normally on most projects, I almost never see 0. I'll see a couple over here in the overdue from yesterday, and if we go to this campaign over here, a guy running for office in California, we don't have any for today, but we've got 12 that are overdue that should have been done 9 days ago, 18 days ago, 16 days ago. So they're a little bit. This staff isn't trained over here on this project. They don't have enough volunteers yet for us to train a staff over here. So they've still got lots of people in overdue, and that's okay because we're getting ready to train the right people to come in here and attend to this. But on our project, we're doing real good. We've only got 3 open today, and we've already closed 57 have been processed so far today. So we're doing really, really good on our project. So Carrie, you and Loretta can go ahead and contact each other, and then I'll be contacting you separately offline so that we can get you lined up. And there's some other things that I'll be showing you that aren't appropriate for group training, but some things that I'll be showing you offline that are going to help you guys in your job. There's some terrific tools available built right into Nation Builder that are really, really going to help you guys be productive. And so that's definitely a good thing. Same thing with you, Johnny. I'll be contacting you offline, and we'll bring your training up just a little bit and get you started on building a team. Okay?
Thank you, Ron.
Thank
Okay,
you.
no problem. Any other questions? Next question. Well, that was easy. If nobody has any questions, I don't have any big challenges. And I love challenges.
What are you getting me for Christmas?
Oh, I'm done with my Christmas shopping.
No, not for me.
Actually, I just learned I'm not because my wife, I saw the bed was bare a little while ago, and I got her flannel sheets for Christmas. So I offered to give her the Christmas present early, and I found out I'd gotten the wrong side sheet, so I've got to go back today. It's a good thing I found that out before Christmas Day. So
Yeah.
if nobody else has any questions, I'm going to go ahead and close out our call. Last call for questions. Anybody have a question? Well, I
Don't
want to
take
thank
me,
you.
don't
Go
take
ahead.
me off a follow-up.
Okay, no problem.
I still got to beat Dave too.
You can do that. You've got your chance.
Oh, I am.
The only problem is you may not have enough follow-ups to be able to pull ahead. That's a
We'll see. I'm
quality problem
leaving.
to have. Okay, I want to thank everybody for being on the call. Have a happy holiday, and thank you so much for taking time out of your holiday schedule to be on this call. God bless you all, and we'll see you on the next training. Take care
Merry
now.
Christmas.
Bye-bye.